everybody. It's the Empress Red here with an update. As you can see, I am in water. I'm in the hot tub at my complex. And tomorrow night, let's see, we're on a waxing gibbous and we are in the sign of Scorpio right now. And I don't know about you guys, but when the moon is in Scorpio, it causes me to be in a place of introspection, and sometimes moodiness, and dealing with a lot of feelings about old things, and where I want to take those feelings and whatnot. And I think a lot of people are going through the same thing, but at the same time, this was a great weekend for that because I had a birthday party that I went to yesterday. It was my second mom's birthday party, and she's turning 75. And this was in San Pablo, California. Kind of, it was the hood for sure, but like I miss that hood a lot, the music alone, the barbecues, the boys against girls and all that stuff. So it was a good kind of nostalgia, and I actually saw a lot of people that I haven't seen in probably 30 years, which is like crazy to me. So Mama, she had two daughters, and those two daughters, so they were a black family that lived next door to me. And our neighborhood was really, really diverse. Like, we had a little bit of everything there, like literally a little bit of everything. And all the kids played together, and all of the parents were everybody else's parents and all that stuff. And definitely Mama Michelle. When I got there, not only did I get to see her, but I got to see the daughters that were my best friends growing up. And then not only that, it was like the older daughter, and then like all the cousins, and just the entire family, the aunties. The food was amazing. The joyfulness was like amazing. And then there were even some neighbors and whatnot that maybe I hadn't seen since, I don't know, 1995, 1996. And it was just very much a reunion. And when the moon is in Scorpio, I know we tend to think of this as like a sexy time, but honestly, it just really depends on your placements. Right now, my rising sign is in Scorpio. I'm also a Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, and then my Pluto is also in Scorpio. So I do have a Scorpio stellium. I have one more placement as well, and I forget what, but. People who are heavy on Scorpio placements, this can be sometimes not the best time for them. So emotionally, like if you have a Scorpio moon especially, but it also depends, right? So when the moon is in your sign, sometimes it can be elative for you. Just like my moon is in Leo, and so when the moon is in Leo, I tend to be in a very joyful state, a very creative state, and kind of a heavy self-love kind of state. It's been a while since I've done a cast, and it's because I've had a lot of transitions happening lately, in terms of, well, I've been working a lot in my career, and I have been putting a lot of work into putting together the convention episode for the podcast. And I got to tell you, this is my first time really diving into doing digital media like this, and I guess I didn't realize exactly how big of a project that project was going to be, because I got a lot of really great footage, and I'm probably 2/3 of the way done with the project itself. So I'm hoping it'll be a great project, though, by the time I'm done with it. I mostly need to just finish adding the performance aspect of the convention. I'm done with the vendors, and there were a lot of vendors. There were, I did them each interview was probably less than 2 minutes. And then that itself still took up to like 35 minutes. So if that tells you anything about how many video clips I'm throwing together, that'll do it. So, but Also, I can't say that I have like a real solid studio at this time. It is something I'm working on. I'm gathering my solutions and whatnot, and I do plan to continue on with a studio with my cute backlighting and everything. But I figured, in the meantime, it is summertime. I'm going to be spending a lot of time just chilling at the hot tub or by the pool. I'm very mermaid energy. I am a water baby. I love being in the water or by the water. So this is like my happy place. And I thought, well, might as well just do like a little blurb of sorts, just to get you guys caught up and talk about the Scorpio Moon, which is rising right now. It's beautiful. I think it's going to be full tomorrow. I can't remember. I wish I had actually started this video with that information. It's still going to be in Scorpio tomorrow, but then on Tuesday or late Monday, it will transition into Sagittarius. So the full moon will be partially into Scorpio and then partially into Sagittarius. And actually I'm going to be so glad when it moves into Sag, because Sag is more fun energy. It's a little bit impulsive, it's definitely impulsive energy, but it can be real fun. It can be real spontaneous, and it is something to be embraced. And especially after the solemn nature of the Scorpio moon, it is a solemn time for sure. I'm sitting here going like, I miss this, I miss that, and what could I have done different here? And which is good, because that's the whole point of the energy of the moon being in Scorpio, is transition and change and transformation. It's the time of the Phoenix. If you're feeling really down, this is your opportunity to use that Phoenix energy, and say, okay, I may be kind of at the bottom here, but I'm not going to let it get to me, because, especially when you go into Sagittarius energy right afterwards with the moon, then it goes from like solemn to hopeful. It's very much that like Phoenix energy. So, I have been sitting here soaking in this hot tub for probably an hour now, and I really need it. I've been working a whole lot at my job. As you guys know, I'm a massage therapist by day, but yeah, I'm still working on all these projects. The convention episode should come out soon. This week, I'm going to do this one where we have, we're kind of, this is the update, but at the same time, did talk about the moon a little bit. I do want to do a reading for the full moon, on the full moon. So it's either going to be tomorrow night or it's going to be maybe Tuesday night. I actually have a burlesque event to go to after work tomorrow night, so I may not have time. But on Tuesday, we'll be right smack in the middle of that full moon energy, and especially with it being Sag energy, it probably would be maybe the best energy to consider putting together a cast, and then just decide like kind of, where I want that subject matter to go, and see what the community or the collective theme is doing. So anyway, this is real quick. Everything's well in my world. I'm just mermaiding out, trying to spend more time in water, feel healthier, drinking my kombucha over here, and then trying to clean up my diet a little bit and make sure I'm getting the kind of exercise that I need and the hydration that I need. And, part of the self-care is taking time, to be in a body of water. And I mean, all of you should. If you don't have a pool, if you don't have a hot tub, take a bath, an Epsom salt bath will take you just so far after work. It really, really, really does. Just a soak, or even like a really great shower. So, other than that, there's not a whole lot of updates coming up. Let's see. It's summertime, everybody. It's I'm looking forward to that. It's I've got a lot of stuff going on in the real world, in my vanilla life, that involves my kiddos and everything, and my friends, and there's gonna be some travel, and I'm going to do my best to do some documentation on some of it, if I do anything interesting, that is. I mean, anything could be interesting if it's presented right, but that's my point is that, you know, I just want to, sorry, I got lost there for a second. Let me just, sorry, I got lost there for a second. Let me just wrap things up. So, I want you all to know that I'm thinking about you, and I know that coordination can be difficult, but it is something that we can do. We can manage to coordinate. As time goes along, I know it's been real busy. Being an adult is a very busy process, and you don't always have the time to do some of the things that you would like to do, and compartmentalizing your time can be a little bit challenging at times. But I will be following up with the convention episode shortly. I'm getting close to the end. I just have to finish up the performance aspect of it. I'm not sure if I mentioned that earlier. I might have. And then it ends with fire dancing, which is a lot of fun. So, that being said, everybody, I hope you have a blessed evening, and I will talk to you all later. Holy crap, we just had an earthquake. Yeah, I'm still over here at the hot tub. I was actually getting ready to get up and go back into my apartment, but I'm sitting here on the ground, and I was like, oh, that's quite a jolt. That is, So the epicenter is about 1 mile away from here. It was about 9 kilometers deep, pretty shallow, and I think it was a 3.4, so, which is not a huge earthquake, but if you're like sitting on the epicenter, it's, that's considerable. So, woo, living in California, hey. So I'm still at my hot tub, and I might maybe soak for a few more minutes, just in case we have another earthquake, because earthquakes feel really interesting when you're already outside. So,